What's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. Did y'all see that smug ass MAGA BITCH Nancy Mace? What? Listen, I'm on TikTok. I try to stay off TikTok, even though I get a lot of content off TikTok. But if I'm not getting content off TikTok, I try to stay off it. Because I'm telling you, 4-5 hours done passed. I done seen 2,000 videos, and I got a million things to say. All right, so I try my best, right? It's overload. So I see this Nancy Mace. I'm seeing her in the grocery store talking to this white gentleman, right? Now, I don't know what happened at the beginning, how she figured out he was gay, all right? But he was gay, right? But he could have possibly not been gay, right? Because many gay, non-gay, straight white men wear those shorts. Now, I know for black folks, when we see them shorts that stop right above the knee, we be like, But, hey, trust and believe, they wear those shorts, all right? Especially with sweaters. That guy, he had short sleeve, but they wear it with sweaters. Them little shorts, but with black people don't wear them shorts. If a black person wear them shorts, you definitely gay, all right? But white folk, he might not be gay, right? But she made an assumption. And she made an assumption based off his reflection of his voice. Now, before we get into this, why is it, all right, that all gay men, archetype for being gay and fabulous is a black woman? You know that? Have you noticed that? Are you telling me that there was no feminine gay white men before they seen a... Like, how did a gay man act before they knew about black women? Because I've yet to see one white, fabulous gay man not act like a goddamn black woman. Because if he don't act like a black woman, he act like, the Speaker of the House. That dude's fabulous. You know he got him a black woman voice. You know he do. Like when he get around his peeps, when the grinder is in session, I know he do. You can tell. Shit. Anyway, but listen, this is about Nancy Mace, right? So she was in the grocery store. Well, there's several stories about her because she's ghetto. All right, Nancy Mace is ghetto, but she bougie though. She one of them high horse ass, hossidity ass white women that think that these people are her servants. So the one thing is we learned about Nancy Mace is she does not know how to communicate. She does not know how to talk. She does not know how to speak to the people who pay her, right? That is the constituents. That is the public. So when the public asks her a simple question like, hey, are you going to have any more meetings so that I can attend? Listen, you work for him. That man in that store, you are his employee. That's the way it's supposed to go. So when your employee asks you, when are you setting up the next meeting? You're supposed to humbly be like, oh, it's going to be next Thursday. Even if you don't like him, you're supposed to fake the funk. You're supposed to know that as a leader, as someone who's supposed to be taken seriously anyway. I mean, especially if you're a politician. You're supposed to know how to pretend how to like people. All right? Like straight up. And then come to find out, she just that way anyway because, she was at the airport. And I guess the police didn't move fast enough for her. So she decided to talk all kind of shit about the law enforcement. These politicians don't give a fuck about no goddamn law enforcement. They don't give a fuck about them motherfuckers. They ain't nothing. You ain't nothing but a slave. You are a security guard to them. You work for them. All right. Hey, I was in Marine Corps. As prestigious as I am, and all the shit I did, I wasn't nothing but a tool for rich people. I know that. All right. And they know that. And you can see in the video. There's a video. You can see her talking shit. Her body language say she talking shit. I mean, she walking in her little fancy ass $1,500 fucking clothes and shoes and shit. Wear a little outfit, just talking all kind of hossidity white woman shit, right? And those good old fashioned blue collar police officers was smug. They were like, this fucking bitch. You could tell. Listen, I've been there. I've escorted these type of people. I used to escort politicians. I know how they are. I've been working around politicians for 20 years. Okay? This is them. All right? These hossidity ass, these people coming from the upper crest of society who get gifted a political position because they friends, alumni at this university, and his best friend was a freaking president of this thing or a senator over here. It's all a hookup. That's why, listen, these hostility politicians, these are not the best people America has to offer. You see that 40% when you go to these Ivy League schools that's just given to people whose parents went to the school. How often how long of a chain do you think that went? We have all these Harvard, these Yale, these Duke, these graduates of the most prestigious universities that the Western world has to offer. When you come to find out that they dumb as rocks and it was just being passed along because their daddies and mommies was writing checks to the university. And then they get gifted all these political important positions to keep America stable, and then they go in and they do shit like this. The rich dumbasses done ruined America because they take all the positions and they got all the money. So all the rich criminal dumbasses are running America, and we sitting here watching it. That's where we at. That's where we at. At one point, the evil criminals in suits were intelligent. And some of them are intelligent and evil. But we are dealing with a bunch of middle management, upper management, bourgeoisie. I'm talking about the millionaires, not the billionaires. All right, the millionaires. All right, these millionaire politicians who ain't got no business. All right, somehow, you know, they became a man. I mean, their family got money, got $400,000 sitting in their savings account because that's just normal, right? Right. But then, you know, somehow they become multi-millionaires by investing in stock and in Bitcoin and all kind of shit while they politicians, public servants, right? While getting all that free socialized healthcare, Medicare, and benefits and dental and all that free shit. So on one hand, they got the government paying for all this shit for the rest of their life. And on the other hand, they stealing money and insider trading and becoming billionaires, millionaires. These are the laziest, worst criminals in the world, and they're unintelligent, and we're watching it happening. They're so stupid, they'll come on TV and be like, yeah, I didn't say that. I didn't do any of that stuff. I'm like, well, we're looking at you. It's AI. It's definitely AI. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Deepfake, like, come on, bro. AI ain't that good yet. I'm sorry. I can look at an AI picture and see that it's not real. All you gotta do is squint it a little bit. All right? I'm telling you. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, yo. Like, this is a clan. We are in the Twilight Zone. We are legitimately in the Twilight Zone. This whole era of stupidity will go. Okay, so we're moving to an era where technology and everything is about to take a major leap. All right. I understand how stupid the leaders are, but the people and humanity itself is moving along quite well. All right. All these great discoveries are happening. All these great technologies are happening. All these great people are concentrating on the things that they're passionate about, which is advancing humanity, is still happening right now. So we're about to take a great leap. All right. It's going to hurt a little bit. This AI and the robot is going to hurt because it's going to change the way, you know, shit works. Like, nothing's going back to the same. If you're waiting for that shit to happen, it's not gonna happen. But while we're waiting for this shit to happen, we're gonna experience they're gonna squeeze the rock of all the dumbassery of these old analog some bitches. All right, they're still using old analog tactics that cannot be tolerated by us intelligent individuals ready for the future. I'm telling you. That's why they all getting caught. Now it's just a matter of holding them accountable. So we know who they are. It's just a matter of how do we get through the apparatuses that they've laid down over the last 7,500 years, right? All the layers of politics, of law, of jargon, of, you know, politics to get to them, to hold them accountable so they don't get away with it. That's where we at right now. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
All right, so it was probably the biggest viral video of the weekend. South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace posted this now infamous video online after a man who is allegedly one of her constituents confronted her while she was shopping. Take a look.
I do them every year.
Every year.
You want to keep going?
Do any more this
you want to keep going and keep harassing me? You could have gone to a dozen town halls last year.
I asked if you're doing any more this year. It was one simple question.
Yeah.
Are you doing a town
I've already done one. I'll do plenty more.
Are you doing any more this year? It was a simple question.
You're always invited.
Okay, sweet. Well,
and by the way, I voted for gay marriage twice.
What does that have to do with
me?
me?
I'm just saying, it has everything to do with you.
You think everything about me has to do with gay marriage?
I do,
That's
absolutely.
Your first stance when you speak with me?
Because you people on the left are crazy.
So I'm
You're absolutely crazy.
I'm absolutely
crazy. And get out of my face.
You're insane.
Goodbye.
You're insane. You're gonna me? You're gonna be voted out so fast this year.
I'm not.
Wait for you to
I won by so much.
You're a disgrace to this state. That's what you are. You're a disgrace. I asked you a simple question, and you just go on this tirade and tell me you.
Yeah, you.
Disgusting.
Get out of my face.
You.
Get out of my face. Try it. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Me?
Yep, I sure did.
The first thing you're gonna say to me is
absolutely. Get the out of my face. Now.
It's a peaceful weekend afternoon going shopping, right? In a post on Facebook, the man in that video said in part that he won't apologize for speaking up or for publicly asking a politician to do her job. Here with her side of the story, Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Congresswoman, well, apparently you've had a very eventful weekend. Apparently there's another video I was just told you might have put up, but let's go to this video in particular. What happened? What was going on behind the scenes? And how did the issue of gay rights come up in that conversation?
Well, right. I just wanted some face wash. That was it. I went to the store. I had a little bit of time to myself on Saturday afternoon, want to go shopping like I do. I'm a normal person. I do my own grocery shopping. And this guy approached me, and I will tell you, I felt threatened. I felt harassed. And I will tell you, as someone who's experienced trauma in her life, and a lot of women will understand what I'm talking about, when some guy gets in your face and approaches you in the aggressive manner that he did, and you feel like you're in danger, instinctively, as women who've been through trauma, who've survived sexual assault, survived domestic abuse, you have two options. You can fight or you can flee. And Sean, I'm a fighter. And I've never stood back down from a fight. I will stand my ground like any strong woman should. And I will tell you, this was the third incident I had last week alone. The incidences of threats, the threat of violence, the people coming up and harassing me in public has increased. And some guy, gets in your face and approaches you in the aggressive manner that he did, and you feel like you're in danger, instinctively, as women who've been through trauma, who've survived sexual assault, survived domestic abuse, you have two options. You can fight or you can flee. And Sean, I'm a fighter.
Eli, we saw from your perspective and your own cell phone footage, what is your response to what she said tonight?
Laura, it's a simple thing. I asked a simple question. Nancy Mace was not held in this aisle. She had to clear out of this aisle. I was at least 8 feet away from her at all times. There was no aggression. There was no harassment. Nancy Mace likes to play the victim card, but that's not what happened here. I asked a simple question as a resident of the state of South Carolina, and she couldn't answer it. She couldn't meet the demand of the people.
A South Carolina congresswoman threatened to sue after she went on a profane tirade at the Charleston airport in October. Here you can see Representative Nancy Mace approaching the security checkpoint on October 30th. She said she was expecting airport police officers to meet her at her car and walk her to her gate. However, when her car was misidentified, it delayed the rendezvous with authorities. Security camera footage shows Mace standing at the security checkpoint waiting for officers to arrive. Eventually, an employee of the airport approaches Mace, and she appears visibly annoyed as she describes the situation. As the police officers arrive to walk Mace to her American Airlines gate, she continues commenting on the situation. While we don't know exactly what was said during the exchange because the security cameras did not record audio, a report from the airport detailed multiple employees' accounts of the event. One employee described Mace's tone as very nasty, very rude, and very unbecoming if she's representing us. Another described feeling, quote, downtrodden. Days after the incident, Mace threatened to sue American Airlines and the Charleston International Airport. In a press conference, she said, "I absolutely 100% confronted the airport employees who put my safety at risk. Did I drop an F-bomb? I hope I did. Did I call them incompetent? If I didn't, they absolutely earned it." Hearing that Mace was threatening to sue, over 50 local leaders signed a letter in support of the airport and condemning Mace's actions. Representative Tim Scott spoke out saying, "Not only are these officers sworn to protect us, but we also take an oath to represent them. We work for them, not vice versa." This week, Mace's team made a statement seemingly closing the incident, claiming the airport's report exonerated her. Her team wrote, "Mace appreciates this clear exoneration and is moving forward on the campaign trail, focused on the issues that actually matter to South Carolinians, affordability and law and order." Though Mace's office claims she is cleared of responsibility, James Woods, airport police chief, noted that the congresswoman's, quote, continued failure to follow established procedures at the checkpoint escalated the situation into a spectacle.
I am absolutely saying that report was falsified.
There was an internal police investigation report that came out in recent days. It says that you turned what was described as a minor miscommunication by police into a spectacle and left airport employees visibly upset. What was your reaction when you read this report?
Well, part of the report was actually falsified in the documents that were released by the airport yesterday. I want to thank the airport for releasing them. We asked for all the video, all the audio, everything, all the body cam, and the video that was released yesterday showed me asking TSA agents for help and for assistance. And conveniently, there is no audio that goes with it. And the last time that I checked was asking for help isn't against the law, nor is being frustrated.
But are you saying that you never said any of these quotes, that every single one is a lie?
You have to read it to me again. I did
effing
not
idiots,
say that. I did not call them
and that
idiots.
you're an effing representative.
I did not say that. I did
and
not.
And you didn't
call,
say, I'm sick of you, tired of having to wait. I should not have to wait. You guys are always effing late. This is effing ridiculous.
No. I mean, no. I've never called a cop an idiot. That is a remarkably false
But you're
statement.
saying these police officers are lying then, who spoke to the investigators?
I am absolutely saying that report was falsified, 100% fictitious, falsified. They were not there. They did not show up. I was very frustrated with the situation because of the number of death threats that I receive. And I expressed that frustration, but in no way, shape, or form did I call any of them idiots. I didn't even know that was in the report until you told me just now. I never said, I've never called someone an idiot. That is shocking to me. The idea that I would call somebody an idiot, I have never done that in my life. And to me, it was an incredible hit job. It was effective. It was a very effective political hit job, but that's all that it was.
Yeah, because you're getting in my face about a town hall. You could have gone last year.
Y'all, Nancy Mace is a public servant who should be answering. She works for the people. That's how public servants work. And this person asked her about a town hall, and she erupted into all of this, attacked him, and the caption of her original video completely just tears him apart, and Democrats, because of what he's wearing, and she's going to continue that fight. That's not how this works, Nancy Mace. That's not how any of this works. If a constituent asks you a question, you engage with them. Now, if they're combative, you step away, you get away, right? There's that. But this person, he didn't do anything except inquire about the next town hall, and you went off on that? What disrespect? You work for the people. But some of these public servants are, like her, are acquiring this power, and it's going to their head, and now they seem to think that they're better than people. They think they can talk to people like that. No, that's not how that works. And then you don't record it and put it on social media like you're some heroine. You're not. You're an idiot.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.